He's mentally very strong, but he's got great balance, he's got good hands, horses relax well for him, comes to the races well prepared, and that's generally the jockey I want.
He was such a great little athlete in school. Just a natural sportsman. He has the most impeccable balance on a horse that you've ever seen.
It actually started in Hong Kong with Dad when I was growing up there at a very young age. That's where I think the bug initially bit. Went to school and did all of that, and at the age of 15, when I was of age, I went to the academy, still with the dream in mind, and that's where it started to take off.
He's got big race temperament, and I think that's basically what probably got him into Hong Kong as well, because he was riding as an apprentice, Group 1 winners.
The prestige and the crowds at the Hong Kong racing attracts was a big factor. You want to go and race there, and you see how competitive it is and how challenging it is.
He had his mind set on being a jockey, and that's what he wanted to be, and that's what we allowed him to be. We try to keep him in high school as long as possible, but it got to the stage where I was getting these WhatsApps at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, because he was in South Africa, and asking, please, Dad, please send me to the academy. And then one day we just decided, well, this can't carry on, we need to make a decision, and we sent him. It was the best decision we ever made.
It's always been the dream to sort of get to Hong Kong, especially being the sort of mecca of racing and growing up there, and that was sort of life. Initially walking back, it was, it didn't feel foreign. It felt like I was back home.
Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit there. Now, up. Up, 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 up. That's it. Up. Good boy. Hello. No, I'd never met Luke prior to my arrival. One of the things that sort of drew me towards using Luke not long after I arrived was watching him out of the barriers. He's a very good barrier jockey. He wins the start a lot, and not on horses that generally are fast beginners. So that's something that some jockeys have and some don't. So if you've got a jockey that can get them out of the gate well, like Luke, it's certainly an advantage.
And Mark has been an ex-jockey, and he knows what it's all about. So, for a young kid to start at that age in Hong Kong is quite something.
I think a lot of credit has to go to Mark Newnham. I think Hong Kong's a tough place to get good rides, and you need a trainer to kind of stick their neck out for you. And he gave me the springboard that I think every jockey needs when they come to Hong Kong, to get on the better ones and stay on them. I think it's more important. And he gave me those opportunities, and it's been great to repay him. But it's also set me up for racing in Hong Kong with other trainers, and Mark was the trainer that did that for me. So his relationship has meant a lot to me.
Young jockeys, it's confidence and opportunity make them. Young men in particular, every now and again they need a kick in the backside, and every now and again they need a hug. So it's a balancing act, but both trying to find our way in Hong Kong. He's been here a little longer than me, but we both see our careers being very important here, and both wanting to achieve good things. So we've both got the same goals in mind.
We're up the Kiabrooms River in southern Africa. We left from the jetty out in front of the house, and we've come up here. This is a dream day. When the weather's good, it's not cold, because it can get cold, but when you get the warmer days and you can take the boat out and either come up here or go down to the sea, it's what I think about during the season. There are 1 or 2 leopards that get around in these hills, vervet monkeys, baboons, and a whole array of bird life. The perfect day is wake up, coffee, walk on the beach with the dogs, or going on the boat. But you could probably do both.
We always knew he was going to be a top rider. He even showed that when he was an apprentice. But what he's accomplished this last season has been quite phenomenal. With the help of Mark Newnham,
he's mentally very strong, but he's got great balance, he's got good hands, horses relax well for him, comes to the races well prepared, he's done his form well, and that's generally the jockey I want.
he was such a great little athlete in school. He captained his soccer team, he played his A-team scrum half rugby. He's just a natural sportsman. He has the most impeccable balance on a horse that you've ever seen. I think that time when My Wish broke through the gates, that would explain whatever I've just said. 98% of the time, the horse would come out the gates and the rider would be fallen off or sitting in the gates, and he hung on to him. As a trainer, if a horse breaks through the gates, you know that it's not going to win. There's just something that they never win. And there we sat and watched him with My Wish win that race, and that was very special.
The leader is still My Wish. He's in front. You can thank Luke Ferraris for a masterful catch out of the gates. He lets him go. He doesn't run. He caught him and he wins.
The relationship that we've built is very special. Because he was a bit of a problem horse, he took a lot of work, and to see the progress he made with us doing the work on him and then getting the rewards from it was very special.
He arrived as a small, temperamental horse that needed a little bit of TLC, but he's come a long way. He's now, looking towards running in the group races this season, and hopefully getting towards the International Group 1 mile in December. He's really determined for a small horse, and a lot of his early wins, horses would get within half a length of him and couldn't get past him. So he's got, he's got great will to win, and that's something that you can't train into them. That's something they want themselves.
He was a very high energy horse. He still is, but he's a lot better than when he first got there. He had to have a lot of gear for track work, and he had to be handled with care and sort of taught to do things the right way. He was doing a couple of things wrong in the morning, and to do that and to see the progress he made and then to reward us like he has was very special.
They don't settle in well here. They don't perform, but he was able to win a couple of races early, even doing a lot wrong, but that was just talent. And then as the season went on, he paraded a lot better each time, and by the time we got to the Derby and the Champions Mile Day, he was walking around the yard perfectly. So, but first few runs he was sweating and he was on his toes and needed the pony. Hey, buddy. If he was a person, he'd be very busy, put it that way. If he was in a rugby league side or a rugby side, he'd certainly be the halfback. He'd be the smallest player on the field and probably giving the most cheek, but very game and very persistent.
He should go well. If he takes a break like we think he will, and give him a freshen up and hopefully strengthen up a little bit. He's a small horse, but his heart makes up for whatever he lacks elsewhere. But I think this new season coming, he can take that next step. Being based in Hong Kong is probably the goal I've always had, and now I'm there. I'm pretty happy there, and I want to continue to do well, and hopefully that means riding more big race winners, achieving a higher tally at the end of the season, each season. So just to continue what I'm doing in Hong Kong, I think is the immediate goal. I'd obviously love opportunities to ride in big races overseas, but I'm happy in Hong Kong.